So how do you take pictures or videos of real people and turn them into a story or turn them in or add them to your digital calendar, to your communications calendar? How do you do that? And that's what I want to share with you. I think I've created 4 steps that are fairly straightforward, but I wanted to share it through a video vlog because there are some innuendos to them. So here you go. So 4 steps to creating your storyboard using visuals and then entering that into a communications calendar. So last time we were together, if you watched my last video vlog, and if you haven't, stop here and go watch the one on communications calendar, because that one tells you how to go in and think of what your purpose is for your company. How do you get people to buy from you? How do you get them to trust from you? How do you create your purpose and then put that through your communications calendar? So now what I want to do is help you create that purpose and turn it into something visual. Why? Because people remember if you make them feel. So there's so much noise going out there, you really need a visual representation of your communications calendar, and that's called a storyboard. So we're going to turn your storyboard into a communications calendar. Again, if you think of the last video vlog that we did together that I shared last week, could have been 2 weeks ago now, and it was all about what are they going to think about me by the end of the summer? How am I going to get them to trust me? It's not that I just sell XYZ. It's because of how I sell it, how I purchase my products, my team. They want to see eyeballs. They want to see the real people behind the scenes. Okay, so I'm going to need visuals of my people. I'm going to need visuals of me purchasing whatever it is I buy for my clients. I'm going to need some videos of my clients who are thrilled with my product. So that's what you want to think of. Okay, so in these question marks, at the end of a specific period of time, when people think of your product, they're going to think of things that you've put in front of them in a visual way. Pretty cool, huh? So that's the first thing you want to think of, is make a list of those things which visually you want to share. Okay? So now what are you going to do? So remember, people need to feel to click. What do I mean by that? A call to action is usually a click. So if you want someone to click on your link to your website, you're going to have to get their attention, and you're going to have to get them to feel and trust you or be happy or excited about buying your product. So which visuals are going to get them to feel so that they'll click? They want to see your eyeballs. They want to see the people they're going to be working with. So that's one of the visuals. Okay, so I have some great team members. That's why they buy from me over other people. So you need to remember to take pictures of your team members throughout the week. Oh, you have great passion for what you do. No one has as much passion for what you do as you do. So capture that passion somehow. How would you do that in a visual? Pride and knowledge. Perhaps you've won awards and you have videos of you accepting these awards. Oh, now that's a really good visual. Your client reactions. Nothing like capturing your client reactions when you can in visuals, whether they're photos or videos. Woohoo! And real photos. People don't want, again, I say this over and over again, and so many people just don't get it. Don't take your logo and just add words to it and that's your visual, and maybe your words are going to move, so that's your visual. You need real humans in your photos, or if you happen to be working with animals, the real animals that you work with, or if you're working with amazing staff, your real clients. So a lot of people are doing a lot more of that, and I'm thrilled. So that's number one, is what are the visuals? Number two is now you take your story and you're going to put it into bite-sized pieces. So, is byte B-Y-T? That's horrible when you have a computer background and you're not sure which byte is byte or bit or byte. Anyways, take sound bite visuals for the story and break it down. Why? Because people have attention spans of gnats. So you want to just sprinkle that story, and you want to release the story over time. So this is just a silly example. I was taking pictures of Duke when he was out having a swim with me the other day. So Duke's my dog, my older one. So he was hanging out there with his ball, brought it to me. I got him to bring me the ball. I threw it. He went for a swim, and he was a happy puppy. So I'm just breaking it down instead of just showing you Mr. Happy Puppy. So in a storyboard, a traditional storyboard, if you're used to it, you would have different parts of the storyboard, and you would have the visual that you want for the part. You would indicate the words you want to go along with, words you'd like to go along with that visual. Maybe who you're going to tag, since we are talking about digital marketing, who you're going to tag in that post, who might be interested in that visual, so they might share it. The call to action, the CTAs that you're going to put along with that visual, so they'll click through. So you're going to do all those things. Now this part here, I'm going to be doing another video for you next, which is on how to properly utilize photos on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, or LinkedIn, or how to properly utilize videos on those platforms or live streams. So right now I'm just going to share with you how you sprinkle this over time. Okay, so number 3 is mix up your visuals. So you want photos, you want videos, I should say videos, you want live streams, and of course links to your site. A lot of clients who I'll work with and say, well, no one ever links to my site from social media. And then we look at all of their posts, well, they did not have any links to their site. Once we started adding them, woohoo, they started linking to their site. So you want to also include that in the mix. Which one of these makes sense to have also a link to my site? So this is the calendar. In that calendar, you want to mix up your visuals. What do I mean by that? That's what I mean by that. Whoops. So maybe you've decided ahead of time. If you've looked at the calendar video, you'll know why I just had all these different numbers pop up. It's all about which story perhaps you want to talk about. One of your purposes on Tuesday of the week. Do you want to talk about another one of the purposes because it's a little bit more important 3 times through the week, and then that last purpose you want to talk about just once during the week. So you get to kind of fill it out. And as we said in that calendar, I have some clients that only post 2 or 3 times a week, others that actually do post daily and multiple times, and it's always purposeful. Anyways, so mix up your visuals. And this is how we do it. This is kind of cool. So what we're going to do is you're going to think of your photos, videos, and live streams and links in a second. Right now, all you're going to do is think of your visuals. So think about, okay, I am a chef and I own a restaurant, and I want people to see my chefs, my sous chefs, my chefs. I want them to see their eyeballs and the creations. Okay, you know what? We've actually won awards too. I want people to know about our awards. So that's another part of the story. We also have an amazing team with great kitchen. I want people to see my kitchen behind the scenes. I want behind the scenes things going on. That's another part of the story. Another part of the story is my finished product, my food. It's amazing. I want people to see it. So another part of the story might be I actually go out and I go to the market and I pick out all of my own stuff. So I want people to come along and see that. And then finally, I want people to see happy clients. Awesome. Okay, so now what are we going to do? So those are the things you want. How are you going to capture that? Simply, maybe a photo of, I want someone once a week, twice a week to send me a photo of my chefs, and I want them, or I'm going to have someone come in and just snap these photos for me, whatever's easier for you. I do that with some of my clients who will all go out and snap photos for them once a month, once a week, and we use that throughout the month. It's a great way to do it. Other clients I have, they send me their photos. Other clients have they have people that come in and do their photos, or they themselves are photographers in some cases. So it depends on what works for you and what's sustainable. I have other clients who I've gone out and I've trained them how to leverage their cell phones so that they are just taking it themselves through their mobile devices and uploading them properly. So it depends on what works and what's sustainable for you. So now this one might be a photo. This one is a video. You actually might have footage of some of the videos, some of the awards you've won in the past. So use those videos. Go get them. You also might want to take a photo of your kitchen staff every so often and what they're preparing. You might want to, as the food's coming out, have some photos created of those, of the menu items. This is a live stream. Maybe you want to have a live stream every time you go to the market to do your shopping, you do a live stream along the way and show what you're thinking of when you're buying some products, some vegetables, some like whatever, and that's kind of exciting, all the noise and the sound in a market. But you need to have some training on how to do that because you need the high speed Wi-Fi for your phone to be. Anyways, there's things that we'll talk about on how to live stream properly. And then maybe the last thing you want are when clients are in and they're taking photos, maybe you're going to retweet or share their photos. So now you've got a mix. Okay, so now what do you do? So you have a mix, you got photos, you know what the story's about, and you know what visuals you need, and you've gathered all these different types of visuals, photos, videos, live stream, and so forth. And don't forget to link back to your site. If your site is e-commerce, of course, you're going to have more links than not. If your site is something where you want them to book online for a reservation, of course you need to link back to your site from time to time in your post. So don't forget that link. That's a call to action. So now sprinkle your story over time. That's the last step. You've got all of your materials. You know what your mix is. Now all you've got to do is sprinkle that over time. Maybe Monday is dedicated to one theme that you've just taken. So instead of taking all these photos and putting them out there once and expecting everyone to see them, you want to sprinkle it over time, and that's the key. So you want to basically take this that you've just created and put it into a calendar. So that's what you're doing. You're taking all these and sprinkling them over time. So this photo you're going to insert here. This video you're going to insert the following week. This photo you're going to insert here. This photo you're inserting further in the calendar. This photo you're inserting here, the live stream. So now you have your story for that purpose sprinkled throughout your calendar, and that's really the key to creating to putting your storyboard into your communications calendar. Hope that makes some sense. That's basically why what you do is you create, this is a calendar for one of my clients, you put your calendar together and then you look at it in the morning, you go, okay, so today is all about blank, purpose number 3 or whatever it was, and well, you go into your arsenal of photos and videos and you see, where am I now in my story, and you release the next the next piece of that story. So, and this is again, if you haven't looked at my calendar, you really video vlog on calendaring, you want to look at that because that's where I explain this in detail as to what we're doing here and how you have all these different numbers across your calendar. So that's about it. Whoops. Here you go. So next time we're together, what I want to share with you is, and I'm probably going to have them in different chunks because I imagine it's going to be a lot of material. When you have a photo, how do you best utilize that photo, whether it's on Twitter or on Facebook or on Instagram? There's different things you need to do on each platform with the photo. On Twitter, you need to tag the photo, or you're really not getting the attention of your giants. So there's just some things that you do with a photo that you can't do with a video. So then with the video, I'm going to talk to you about how you leverage a video properly. You need to upload native video to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, not the link to YouTube, but you want to also upload it to YouTube so you can repurpose it to a newsletter and to your website when it's appropriate. Then you need to know the maximum seconds or minutes that you can upload, whether it's to Instagram or Twitter and all those kind of things, and best advice for how long videos should be when you have unlimited time that you can upload. It's not really unlimited, but it feels that way on Facebook. And then what's most when people are watching videos, they don't actually listen often. When they're seeing the videos on different social media platforms, their volume is set to off. So you need to make sure your videos have text so people can see the text and then decide if they want to turn your video on. So you want to remember that. A lot of people don't realize that. And then moving photos, it's really easy to create moving photos either through Boomerang, where it's just a really fast move, or through creating yourself GIFs. And that's something I want to share with you on how to do that. And then finally, live streams. We've done this recently with a client where we went in the very first week we were together. I had them post 3 different things. One was just a photo. One was a video that we uploaded, and then we went and we happened to do a live stream. Then the next week when we looked at the measures, we looked at how each one behaved, and the live stream had, say, this much reach, and the other ones had tiny reach, their traditional reach. So live streams have a larger reach because when you're live streaming, the platform you're on goes out and tells people that someone's live streaming right now. Whereas on Facebook, for example, if you post a photo or a video, it's only going to go out to 3% of those people that happen to be online that like your page or follow your page, so it doesn't get as much reach. So you want to have a mix of when you're live streaming or sending a video out there, but you don't want to overdo the live streaming as we see some people doing. So that's about it. So next time, types of contents to drive success. Okay, so thank you for joining me.